Georgia, it's your turn. I'm helping everyone in the country pass the notary exam on the first try. And if you've already taken the exam, I'm going to help you pass on the next try. All right? Georgia, is a bond required to become a notary in your state? Georgia, how much can you charge per signature, per notarial act? Do you need a journal in Georgia? These are the type of questions that are going to be on your state notary test, and you better know the answers. And guess what? Me, Mr. Rogers, I'm going to help you pass this test on the first try. All right? Now, what about this test that you're going to end up taking? What can I tell you about it? One, I think you get an hour to take the test. Two, it's 45 questions, multiple choice. Three, you need 70% to pass. Now, today we're going to have a practice test, 50 questions. Half are going to be true or false to get you warmed up. The other half are going to be multiple choice, just like you would have on a state exam, okay? Also, before we jump into the test, which is in the matter of seconds, remember this video was fueled by Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps this process going. So look in the link, click it, buy your boy, Mr. Rogers, a cup of coffee. And here we go. Question number one. A bond is required for a Georgia Notary Commission. True or false? The answer is false. In California, the answer would be yes. In Georgia, Georgia does not require a bond or a surety bond. That's false. Number two, Georgia notaries must complete a training course prior to their appointment as a notary as of January 1, 2025. The answer is true. Effective 2025. Educational training is required. I needed educational training out here in California. Now you guys need it. Number three, true or false? The maximum, here's the money question. The maximum fee a Georgia notary may charge per notarial act is, notarial act means signature, may charge per notarial act is $2. Georgia sets the max at $2 per act. If you charge more than $2, you are in violation and you can lose your appointment as a notary. So don't play around, and that penalty question might be on the test too. Are there ways to make more money than just $2 per signature? Yes, we'll get into that later. Number four, a Georgia notary may perform a remote online notarization, which is called a RON, R-O-N, a remote online notarization without special registration. The answer is false. A general notary, your regular notary in Georgia, cannot do a RON or the online notary. Let's see here. Number five, true or false? Georgia notaries must keep a journal of every, this is a trick, every notarization regardless of the document type. The answer is false. A journal is only required under certain circumstances to use. You should have a journal, but to log in the information is under certain circumstances like a real estate transaction, okay? By the way, that was number five. Are you still here? Do me a favor. Put in the comments what city in Georgia you're from. Are you from Atlanta, Dunwoody, Norcross, Stone Mountain? Where are you from? Talk to me. Number six, Georgia requires an exam to be taken by every new notary applicant. An exam to be taken by every new notary applicant. Before they didn't, now they do. Okay? Number seven, a Georgia Notary Commission term is how long? 4 years, true or false? I'd said it wrong, but the question is, a Georgia Notary Commission term is 4 years, true or false? It is 4 years, true. You might need to know that on the test. They may ask you in a different way. They may try to trick you and say, is it 4 years, 5 years, 8 years? The answer is 4 years. Number eight, Georgia notaries must provide proof of identity, a photo ID, when notarizing. In Georgia, the answer is true. You must provide ID. Number nine, If a notary's commission expires, if your commission expires, they must apply as a new applicant rather than a renewal. The answer is true. If you let it expire, you have to start over from scratch. If you apply before it expires, it's just merely a renewal. Guess what? I knew a notary who had been a notary for like over a decade, and she forgot and let it expire. And guess what she had to do? Retake the test. And guess what happened when she retook the test? She didn't watch my videos and she failed, losing money. Then had to study and take it over. All right, true or false? Georgia allows a notary to charge an additional fee, that's your money, for travel without notifying the signer. The answer is false. This is a trick where you have to read the whole question. Because if you just read Georgia allows the notary to charge an additional fee, you automatically think, boom, true, because they do. You can charge additional fees for travel in addition to that $2 signature. But you must notify your client in advance. It must be disclosed. That was number 10. So tell me this, who's still with me? Who's serious? If you're at number 10, I'm thinking you're kind of serious about making this money. So go ahead and put number 10 in the comments. And remember, oh, I didn't tell you this before. The Notary Handbook is your secret weapon to passing on the first try. These videos and the Notary Handbook. I'll put the link in the description for you to click and get the Notary Handbook. Did I write it? No, I did not. It's your official handbook for your state. I remember when I took my test, I did all my studying. I made these videos for myself. But right before the test, I skimmed that Notary Handbook. And most of the stuff on that test was, guess what? From the Notary Handbook. I recognized it. All right. Number 11. Georgia notaries may notarize their own signature or documents they are named in. True or false? The answer is false. You cannot notarize your own signature or documents. That's probably a no-brainer. Number 12, true or false? Georgia requires a notary seal or stamp, which includes your name, the phrase Notary Public, the phrase Georgia, and the county you're commissioned in. The answer is true. And you better know this for the test, that your seal has to have your name, Notary Public, Georgia, the county you're commissioned in, yes, the county you're commissioned in. All that's required on there. Number 13, a notary journal entry must include the type of ID you were presented with. True or false? The answer is true. All right. Number 14, a Georgia notary must record the transaction in a journal, even if the signer is an attorney representing a title company. The answer, let me repeat it. A Georgia notary must record the transaction in a journal, even if the signer is an attorney representing a title company. In Georgia, the answer is false. Exemptions apply for certain professionals, and the attorney is one of them. All right, number 15. But it won't hurt to put it in the journal. But we're saying, is it required? Number 15. The notary ledger or journal must be stored securely and retained for a specific minimum time under Georgia law. I'll repeat that. The notary journal, that book, must be stored securely and retained for a specific minimum time under Georgia law. The answer is true. You better know this for the test. You are responsible for that journal, for the security of that journal, for keeping it locked up and keeping it safe. If it gets stolen or lost, there are ways that there are steps you have to take, because guess what? Oh, ouch. You're responsible for that, right? All right, number 16, Georgia notaries can notarize documents anywhere in the United States as long as they are commissioned in Georgia. The answer is false. The only where you can notarize is in the state of Georgia. I shouldn't say the only place, because Georgia's a big state. So it's not just your city. It's the whole state, baby boy, baby girl. True or false? Georgia notaries must have and provide a telephone number as part of their application. Georgia notaries must have and provide a telephone number as part of their application. The answer is true. A working phone number is required. Number 19, Georgia notaries may charge more than $2 for notarizing a power of attorney document. Can you charge more than $2 for notarizing a power of attorney document? The answer is false. In Georgia, the maximum remains $2 per signature or per notarial act, regardless of any of these special titles. We're almost at 25, which gets your true and false, which we've switched from true and false to multiple choice. Blah, blah, my lips are starting to melt together. But I am determined to help you pass this test on the first try, and I hope you're still with me. I hope you bought me a cup of coffee so I need my water too. Anyway, we're on number 20. By now or after we finish, make sure you buy that notary handbook, all right? Number 20, failure to keep the required journal entries could result in penalties or revocation of commission. I repeat 20. Failure to keep the required journal entries could result in penalties or getting your commission revoked. The answer is true. That could be considered misconduct. So make sure you do the right thing. 21, Georgia notaries are required to pass a criminal background check for all new appointments. Georgia notaries are required to pass a criminal background check for all new appointments. The answer is true. All right. Number 22, a notary can notarize for someone who cannot speak English if an interpreter is present. A notary can notarize for someone who cannot speak English if an interpreter is present. The answer is true. That is allowed with proper understanding from the interpreter. 23. Georgia now requires training for notary renewal as well as initial appointment. Georgia requires training for notary renewal as well as their initial appointment. According to the National Notary Society, they say association, that is, National Notary Association, the answer is true. The training became a requirement as of 2025. Number 24, Georgia allows notarization of electronic documents without explicit authorization. The answer is false. Basically, that's saying that Ron we talked about earlier. All right? You can't do it without having the specific training needed and certification needed to do a Ron in Georgia. 25, we're almost at the multiple choice. That's when it's going to get spicy. That's when you're going to know, am I on the right road or do I have a lot more to learn? If you're not getting these answers, just play the video over again and just study and know these topics, not the exact question. Know about the journal. Know how long your commission is. Know what the fees are. That's important for the test. 25, the Georgia Notary Handbook is optional and irrelevant to passing the test. Woo! The Georgia Notary Handbook is optional and irrelevant to passing the test. I couldn't have made this question up myself. The answer is false. This handbook is a key study guide. Like they say on these podcasts I watch, pause. Only the serious people are still here. Only people who want to pass the test the first time and make money, because there's no more detailed video than this that you could play over and over and over. So if you're serious, put in number 25. Put in the type of work you do right now. I'm curious for the conversation. What do you do right now? And lastly, is this going to be a full-time business or a side hustle as a notary? Full-time business or side hustle? You guys fuel me. You guys keep me going. Now I'm ready to jump into multiple choice, like exactly how you see, not the exact questions, but what you see on your test, okay? Number 26, a Georgia notary's commission term lasts for how many years? We talked about this. Is it 2 years? Is it 3 years? B, C, 4 years? D, 5 years? The answer is C, 4 years. We already talked about that And if you remember that, you would have got that right on the test. Number 27. Which of the following fees is the maximum a Georgia notary may charge for a notarial act or per signature? Is it A, $5, B, $2, C, $3, D, $10? The answer is B, $2, right? Number 28. What is the minimum age an applicant can be to become a notary? What is the minimum age you need to be to become a notary? Is it A, 16 years old, B, 18 years old, C, 21 years old, or D, 25 years old? The answer is the same as it is in California, B, 18 years old. If you got this, congrats to you. Another one for you, another point. Number 29. As of January 1st, 2025, Georgia notaries must complete an educational training course for the following. If you're only a new applicant, B, only for renewals, C, both new applicants and renewals, D, no training required. The answer is C. We talked about this. Both new and renewals have to take training. 30. Which act requires that a journal be maintained by a Georgia notary for certain documents? Which one of these that I'm going to say requires that a journal be maintained? A, when notarizing a contract. B, when notarizing for an attorney. C, when notarizing documents for a self-filer in real estate matters. D, when notarizing deeds only. The answer is C, when notarizing documents for a self-filer. The clue was real estate matters. So in real estate transactions, that's when that journal comes in, okay? 31. If an applicant has no county residence in Georgia, but owns a business in Georgia, they may apply for a Georgia notary commission in that county if, repeat that, if you don't live in Georgia, but you have a business in Georgia, you may apply for a Georgia notary commission in that county if A, you pay double the fees, B, you hold Georgia voter registration, C, you regularly carry on a business or profession in that county, or D, you have lived outside the county for more than 10 years. The answer is C. You can file for a Georgia commission if you regularly carry on a business or profession in that county, okay, according to the National Notary Association. All right. 32. A Georgia notary may charge a travel fee in addition to the $2 notarial fee if what? If A, the signer requests notarization at an unusual time. B, the signer lives more than 100 miles away. C, the travel fee is agreed and disclosed in advance. D, travel fees are not allowed at all. The answer is C. The travel fee is agreed and disclosed in advance, okay? So all that other stuff is trickery. All that other stuff might be reasons to charge people more, but the bottom line is C. The travel fee is agreed and disclosed in advance. That's easy enough. 33. What type of notarization is a Georgia notary required to have the physical or electronic journal entry? For which type of notarization is a Georgia notary required to have the physical electronic entry? A, all notarizations of wills. B, notarizations for professionals, land surveyors. I'll say again, notarizations for professional land surveyors. C, notarial acts for self-filers submitting real estate documents. Or D, notarizations for commercial contracts. Remember I said the clue? The answer is C. Notarial acts for self-filers committing real estate documents. Then you're required to have a physical or electronic journal entry. The journal for real estate. Journal for real estate. Remember that. We're almost there. 7 minutes left. We're on number 35. I got to speed it up. All right. Which of the following is not required on a Georgia notary seal stamp? Which is not required? That's switching it up. Versus not is, but what is not? Is it A, the notary's name? Is it B, the words notary public? Is it C, the word Georgia or GA? Is it D, the signer's social security number? I think that was easy. What is not required? D, the signer's social security number is not required to be on your stamp. 35, if a notary's seal is lost or stolen, what do you do? If your seal is lost or stolen, what must be done? All right. Let's see. A, continue notarizing until the new seal arrives. B, report the loss or theft to the appointing clerk and obtain a new seal. C, charge double fees until the replacement arrives. Double fees. Everybody loves double fees. D, use a temporary seal that you make yourself. The answer is B, report the loss or theft to the appointing clerk and obtain a new seal. All right. That's the easy one. Georgia notaries commission can be revoked for. So your commission can be revoked if what happens? A, failing to complete a required training. B, charging more than the allowed fee. C, willfully performing a notarial act when the signer is not present. D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. If you get busted doing any of those, the possibility is there for you to get axed. 37, which type of identification is acceptable under Georgia law according to 2025 statutes? A, an expired driver's license only. Remember, we're looking what is acceptable. An expired driver's license only. B, Veterans Health ID card. C, government issued photo ID, which is a driver's license, state ID, or military ID. D, credit card plus personal knowledge. Personal knowledge means you have a witness. All right. The answer is C, government issued photo ID. Government issued photo ID. 38, which of these statements about notarizing for a spouse is correct in Georgia? Notarizing for a spouse. Ooh, that could be tricky. Is there a conflict of interest there? A, it's always prohibited. B, it's allowed if the spouse is not named on the document. C, it's allowed if the spouse receives no benefit. D, the law does not explicitly prohibit notarizing for a spouse. D, the law does not specifically prohibit notarizing for a spouse. But always remember in all these tests, if there's a conflict of interest for you, you're not supposed to do it. That's for your career. Just know this. 40. The application fee for a Georgia notary commission in many counties is around A, $40 to $60, B, $100 to $120, C, $25, D, $10. The answer to an application fee for a Georgia notary commission in many counties is around $40 to $60. 40. So that's 40. We stop at 50. So there's only 10 left. Let me know if you made it to 40. Let me know if you made it to 40. You made it to 40 and what city you're in. All right? This is hot. All right, we got only a few minutes left. If a notary moves to a new county in Georgia and continues to notarize under the old commission, A, that is allowed until renewal. B, they must immediately apply in the new county. C, they may notarize only for out-of-state documents. D, they must stop notarizing entirely. The answer is A, that is allowed until renewal. If you move to a new county, it's allowed until you renew. 41, which of the following documents is the notary certification clause called that shows what the notary actually did? Which of the following documents shows what the notary actually did? A, an affidavit. B, a jurat. C, an acknowledgement. D, a notarization certificate. The answer is D. The notarization certificate tells you exactly what you did. But for the test, make sure you know what an affidavit is, a jurat is, and an acknowledgement is. Make sure you know those, okay? 42. Here's the question, see? What is a jurat? Is it A, the signer admits they signed voluntarily? B, the notary certifies the authenticity of the signature? C, the signer signs in front of the notary, swears and affirms the truth of the document? D, the notary witnesses a document being recorded? What is a jurat? It is C, the signer signs in front of you and swears the truth of the document. 43, what is an acknowledgement? Didn't I tell you to know this stuff? What is an acknowledgement? This will be in your notary handbook, the Georgia Notary Handbook. The link is in the description. What is an acknowledgement? The signer signs the paper that he recants. B, the signer admits they signed voluntarily. C, the notary signs the document instead of the signer. And let's see. D, the notary files the document at the county clerk. The answer is B, the signer admits they signed voluntarily. I'll run out of time. Let's see if I can make it. 44, a Georgia Notary Commission expires and they continue notarizing without renewing. Let's see. B, the notarizations are invalid and may lead to liability. If you do that, your notarizations are invalid. I'm going to skip and say the question and tell you the answers because this is going to cut off on me. What must the Georgia notary do before performing a notarization for a signer who cannot speak English? If the signer cannot speak English, they need to have an interpreter. Okay? If a Georgia notary journal is lost or destroyed, the notary should A, immediately order a new one and notify the appointing clerk. Out there, it's the appointing clerk. 47, which of the following is not considered misconduct by Georgia State? D, suggesting the